our favorite compas have another jam-packed episode of the Four Compas show. In this episode, we will look back quickly to NFL wildcard weekend and then obviously preview the divisional games, divisional playoff games that are coming up this weekend. Plus, time permitting, we will do burial of the week, which obviously is a very interesting. It'll be a very interesting topic that is making the rounds. According to Jordan Schultz, the Giants and John Harbaugh had a very productive meeting today, and both sides will remain in contact, but no deal with the Giants for now. The expectation is that he'll meet with the Titans and possibly the Falcons next week. It is very fluid right now. Hilberto, what do you make of what Jordan Schultz just tweeted out?
You know what? Honestly, I haven't been able to get it. No, like, it's not even that I'm annoyed because I've been actually ignoring a lot of the coaching stuff. And you know why? Because there's always like a firing every other day. Like, it just doesn't stop. And, you know, I'll shout out my Raiders friend, Rudy, if you're watching, hello. He was messaging me like, okay, what are the Raiders going to do? And I'm like, why would they do anything right now? Everybody's getting fired. Like, I will wait to see who's out there. Matt LaFleur could be out there in a couple of days. So you go from, you know, Harbaugh, Mike Tomlin, Kevin Stefanski, Mike McDaniel. Like, I don't know. You could maybe refresh my memory, Fernando. But in terms of like options, I don't remember a time there were this many good coaching candidates. And then at the same time, like I mentioned, like the ones that are the crappy teams, like the Tennessee Titans and the Cardinals, they're going to end up getting one of the young upcoming names because people are going for the big stars. Like, someone's going to miss out. I still think I think you're right, by the way. Justin Minter going to Baltimore. There's too many smoke signals over there. But you could get like a Chris Shula, you know, maybe a Cliff Kingsbury gets another crack at it. I don't know. But there's just so many names, so many up-and-comers that this might be the year where, like, if you're Tennessee and you're in Arizona, you're like, yes, go get Stefanski, go get Harbaugh. We'll get that guy over there that's much younger and much cooler and wears tighter pants to Sean McVay. We're set.
Who do you think hires the younger head coach, the Baltimore Ravens or the Pittsburgh Steelers? Because the Pittsburgh Steelers have a type. They're usually about 35, 36, 37 years old.
I don't know if they have a type because, you know, they went from Bill Cowher to Mike Tomlin. I don't know, but they look different to me.
I'm not saying a type as in race. I'm talking about a type as in age, like Leonardo DiCaprio. He doesn't care he doesn't care what it is as long as it's that.
You're right. They do have a type. It doesn't matter what color their skin is. It's like, you better be a hard ass and you better know how to coach defense. I think that's usually the type there. It could be like a Shula or a Minter. But how old is Minter? I forget, Fernando.
Minter is 42 years old.
That's pretty old in coaching years nowadays. Yeah. So who's out there that's
well, everybody keeps on pointing at Chris Shula as the potential head coach for the Steelers.
30 something, 38. Yeah. And how about your boy Marcus Freeman? He's starting to get more attention now that there's more openings. How old is he? He's like 30 something, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah, no, and you know what's funny? I think Marcus made himself a lot of money. It's a lot of money because I think the NFL is not done with him. I think they're gonna come calling. I think they're gonna come calling for him again.
Steelers just are the one that I supposedly are gonna go after him.
I thought the Steelers were going to try and get it. Oh, you don't think it's done?
I think they're going to make a hard run at Marcus Freeman, and who I think would be a perfect fit to be there. Especially if you tell Marcus, like, hey, you know what? We're not a quick fix. We want you to mold this team and develop it and rebuild it. Whatever you want. You want 5-6 years, just come over. He'll be great.
This is what Marcus had to say earlier about the speculation.
Your words, if you could share with us your plans for the immediate future.
Yeah, no, the head coach at Notre Dame.
Okay.
I've said this before, that individual recognition, individual success, NFL interests, those are all a reflection of team success, right? And where this football program is. And you know, Pete, I've used some of the interest from the NFL to personally gain wisdom from maybe some of the GMs or the front office executives that you get a chance to talk to about your players, but also about, you know, what they view as a successful coach. Maybe it's an NFL coach, but what are some of the things they've seen that have made a coach successful in their organization or franchise.
My bad, I went a little bit long with that one, but I mean, I don't know. I've been around him. I thought it was very interesting. He's again very young. I think he's a leader of men, and that's what the Pittsburgh Steelers like. Gilbert, and I know you and I were both young when this happened. We didn't know who the hell Mike Tomlin was when he got high. Like you're like Mike Tomlin.
Yeah,
Where the hell did that come out of? Yeah, exactly. So he was with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
You're like, where the hell did
2007? Actually, yeah.
I was I think I was only a freshman. But you're like wondering like who's Mike Tomlin? Like I remember I didn't know who he was, and now you see what he's become. I think Marcus would be exactly what the Steelers are looking for. I think he would be there for the next 10 to 15 years if need be. But I just don't know if he wants to leave college football. I wonder if he thinks he's not ready to leave it yet. So that's where I think it's going to be interesting. I don't think anybody is done with him. I agree with you. I think people are going to try and throw more money at him, and I wouldn't be surprised if somebody offers a 20 burger at the end of the day.
Let me ask you a question, Fernando, because I think we might agree here. Because the Steelers' job in 2007, when you had Big Ben and a bunch of Hall of Famers playing on defense.
Oh, it was the sexiest.
Yeah. I feel like it's not the same appeal anymore. Like I think unfortunately, what Tomlin has done the last 10 years is kind of like, what's the right word? Like made him, I guess, less sexy, and I don't want to say cheapen the brand.
Well,
but like
you've left me with an aging Cam. You've left me with an aging Cam Hayward. You just re-signed TJ Watt to a fat contract, and then you brought in and then you traded for DK Metcalf and you paid him a bunch of money. So and I have no quarterback.
Yeah,
like. Do you really trust Martin? And I'm not saying it from a point of view of Marcus Freeman, but do you really believe that Marcus Freeman is going to be like, oh, well, let me go in there. Let me keep Aaron Rodgers for one more year and let me try and run it back. Like it's going to be bad. So I think if Marcus is going to leave for a job, it would be for Atlanta Falcons or a New York Giants, who the Giants already have very good pass rushers. And he can kind of add to that. But I don't know. I don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers job is as sexy as what people think it is. But at least in Baltimore, you have Lamar Jackson. You have Kyle Hamilton, who he's coached before. You have other players like that. But the Steelers, to me, are one of the least sexiest jobs out here.
That's why I think that they have to go with a young coach willing to take, the lumps and maybe go through 3-4 losing seasons. And, I always go back to Kyle Shanahan's first 2 years. They were crappy, but you knew that they were in the right direction. Dan Campbell's first 2 years were pretty crappy, but they were in the right direction. Something like that for Pittsburgh. Like you're no longer a team that's going to be a quick fix. A team that's going to always be a contender. And I feel like, Angel, I like your pick here on Brian Flores for Pittsburgh.
That'd be a good one.
But I just feel like if you hire Brian Flores, you start thinking we could do it with this roster. We could make it work with this roster. Like, no, you got to blow it up. And will Brian Flores, who's more experienced, who's already gotten a shot before, who's hungry to maximize the next shot, will he wait around for a rebuild? I don't know.
Well, real quick, why not just for shits and giggles before we bring the guys on, let's make Gilberto choose every team's head coach. Let's start off. Vic, are you writing these down? All right, let's do it. Vic, and I forget a team. Let me know.
Again,
Gilberto, the Miami
Dolphins.
Quick,
I have not been locked in as I have because so many firings keep happening. But fine, put me on the spot. I just wanted to defend myself a little bit.
The Miami Dolphins' new head coach will be.
He gave me the hardest one out of the gate. Man. You know what? Chris Shula.
Ooh, all right.
DC. Let's go with that.
Let's go with this one, Gilberto. The Tennessee Titans. That one's interesting. The fact that John Harbaugh is willing to meet with them, that's very interesting.
I got one. And this one is gonna hurt Chargers fans because I want the Chargers to get this guy for OC. But and then again, it goes to all the big names out there. It's going to benefit Tennessee. Go get Mike McDaniel to work with Cam Ward. I like that one. And then you bring in Frank Smith to work with the O-line, OC, call plays. You bring that. I think that package will help. I don't know. Maybe you could pry Robert Saleh from the 49ers to come over. They could probably block that move. But Mike McDaniel has a lot of connections. To me, when you're Mike McDaniel, who could get whatever OC job he wants, but he's still thinking head coach, and somebody says, you know what, we'll give you the head coaching job, I think it could be Tennessee right there.
You know, it's funny. That's the perfect combo that I thought for the Chargers, Frank
Me
Smith
too.
and Mike McDaniel coming back. It would be interesting. I mean, we'll see what happens with all
Maybe
that.
you get Frank Smith to be the OC and you lose Mike McDaniel, but you're still bringing a guy who's very good with tight ends and O-linemen.
And he knows Herbert.
Yeah, and he knows Herbert.
You know what? This one's the hardest for me. The Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, this one, I'm going to go and give my colleague a shout out. Connor Orr has been connecting either Cliff Kingsbury with Davis. Is it Davis Webb, the guy, the OC for the Broncos, to be the OC, or the other way around? It's Webb as a coach and Kingsbury as the OC. I'm okay with the combination. Again, these, like, you're going to bring in a young quarterback. I think it's like, and we'll talk about it. Maybe, you know, Dante Moore not coming into the draft might give.
That was smart.
You know, but it might give the Raiders like a bunch of picks if you trade them, because now there's one quarterback. And like, what if they say, we'll give you 3-4 first-round picks for Fernando Mendoza when he's
I already got shitted on in the comments of that video because I said
and I just want to. It'll be a quick thought here, but I think he's worth the number one pick. He was pretty good in that game, and he's been good, you know, the whole college football playoffs. But what if this is Bryce Young Panthers, where the Bears are like, you know what, we need a quarterback, but we're going to wait a year, and then you end up getting Caleb Williams, which is a better prospect. But that's all a gamble. Anyways, the point is, if you're getting Mendoza, get some young, creative OCs to help him out, guys who know the college games. Like, you know, I've heard, like, again, Connor Orr has been locked in on the coaching front. Some of the stories and the nuggets that he's gotten back in terms of what the hell, I got to remember his first name. Is it Davis Webb? Yeah, Webb. Some of the things that the quotes that I've heard that are praising that guy, I'm like, holy crap. Like, I don't know if this guy has a bunch of friends or what, but they love this guy. So bring that innovative mind, and then obviously be patient with the guy and say, you know what, if you don't win in 3 years, so be it. If the quarterback looks good and we're almost there, so be it. So I'll go with that one, and I'll give Connor Orr the credit, either Kingsbury or Webb as a pairing in some kind of way.
You know, it's funny. Pop put Davis Webb on the list of OCs for the Chargers. He's like, you bring in that Sean Payton style where, you know, he wants to run the ball, but he also wants to push the ball down the field, and it could give you an inside mind of what Sean's doing on the other side, obviously. But I was like, wow, that's actually a pretty good. That's a good thought there. So the Steelers, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah. Obviously, the home run will be Marcus Freeman, but seeing that interview that you just played makes me feel like he's still a little hesitant. So I'll go Brian Flores here. I just hope that he goes the rebuild route and not try to win now. And he's one of those old school guys where, like, I am not tanking. I'm not losing. I don't give a crap who you are, which is good to have. Like, but the way he treated Tua Tagovailoa was great. At least, you know, I thought from the outside, but he hated it. But no nonsense. And sometimes no nonsense means we're going to make it with what we have. But just like, take that say out of it. Like, just tell the guy, hey, we're going to blow up the roster, but go and win games in 2026. We don't give a crap, but we're going to blow up the roster. Hopefully, that's my only concern there. But Brian Flores is my pick here. Joey
Porter Jr. had a really good season, I thought. Imagine with Brian Flores, he might actually take that next level and be a very good.
Will be back.
By the way, on Monday, they started 2 juniors at corner, Asante Samuel Jr. and Joey Porter Jr. So that was pretty funny to see. So the Baltimore Ravens, you're going Jesse Minter?
I'll give you credit. You were on that one first. Jesse Minter, I like it.
Atlanta Falcons.
Stefanski. I like that one a lot.
Okay.
They gotta win now, and he could win now.
The Giants, John Harbaugh.
John Harbaugh, yeah. Those are the easy ones.
Cardinals.
If Robert Saleh could convince Mike McDaniel to be his OC, I will go Robert Saleh. But if not, give me Vance Joseph. I think he coached there when Kingsbury was there. He was a DC. And Connor Orr mentioned that I think whenever he was a DC of the Cardinals and he played Shanahan or McVay, he held them under like 20 points a good amount of time. So he knows the NFC West very well. So I'm okay with Vance Joseph there.
All right. Interesting. Yeah, no, we'll get into everything else. Let's get the guys in here and let us discuss
I gave you like 2 picks on some teams, Vic, so I'm cheating here. So give me credit.
All right, let's get in Vic. Vic, how are you doing?
Let me just go through these. We have Dolphins, Titans, Raiders, Steelers, Ravens, Falcons, Cardinals, and Giants. Am I missing a team? There's
That
isn't there 9 openings.
Yeah,
I
there's
have
9.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, Browns.
There you go.
Hey,
It
that
is
one
Browns.
I keep on hearing Tommy Reese.
Or the Jim Schwartz. It's like they're going the old Texans route. We're like, you know what? We're going to throw away a year. Which
Yeah.
they're going to have their David Culley with one of those two guys. So I'm okay with either one.
Interesting.
That one just seems like they're not trying. It's weird.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
All right.
That's all.
I
just wanted to make sure we got all of them.
You're good. Let us bring in an individual who is probably at his happiest yesterday. When he was at his happiest yesterday, when he got an alert. Obviously, this individual never wants anybody to lose their job, but if they're not doing their job correctly, he thinks you should be shit canned. That individual is Dan and Dago.
Oh yeah, here I am. No, Hilberto, you're right. I'm never happy. I'm a miserable prick. Because they can still mess it up next season. So we don't know. We don't know what will happen. So the sting of it from Sunday's still there, still sore. Can you hear me, by the way, or no?
Yes. No, I can't.
Okay. I sound good? Okay, good.
Yeah.
You know, it was a year too late, in my opinion. I just hope the way they fired him was, you know, like that meme from Hard Knocks where the key just stops working for him and the O-line coach. Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. You know, speaking of everyone talking about the Burger King comment, I was thinking about that on the way home. Like, it's just crazy the level of arrogance a little bit from these guys. Like, you have Joe Ortiz saying, you know, well, we won 11 games with this line. It's pretty good, isn't it? Like, my God, you just look dumb.
When did he say that?
A year ago, Pop asked him at the a year ago tomorrow, because tomorrow's the end of the season press conference. Pop asked him about if there's going to be changes on the offensive line, and Joe Ortiz looks at him. He's like, I think 11-6 is pretty good. Don't you think, Pop? Like, that,
so,
you know, we did something good, but
between that. And again,
like I told and then what set him off too was Bradley Bozeman came out and said he thought he had a solid season.
Like, that's crazy to me. Watch the fucking tape, guy. But you know, the other thing is, like, you know, you have Greg Roman.
And watch the tape every week. I made him do it.
Oh, don't even remind me. But then you have
some. Do you want to go through some?
No, I can't watch Sundays. I'll be pissed. But you know, and then you have Greg Roman saying this isn't some Burger King menu. Like, why do these guys think they're in the WWE? Like, just
did you hear what he told Keenan Allen?
Oh, about used to winning or bullshit like that? Yeah, unbelievable. That's what I'm talking about. These comments come back and bite you in the ass. Like, you know, they look at a Saban highlight of him talking trash or jabbing the media, and it's like, but look what he's built. He's established. You know, the one that's going around now is the Kurt Signetti kind of, you know, that highlight reel of all his, like, you know, dog moments or whatever. Yeah. And it's like, he's at least backing it up. Like, what have these guys done? You average less than 15 points a game. You're not a scary offense to anybody. So,
by the way, Gilbert, that was another one. They're saying that if Kurt Signetti on Monday wins a national championship, he could want to make the jump over to the Steelers.
I don't think so.
He's from Pittsburgh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe then.
Oh, wow.
Maybe it's a dream job. I don't know, though. The thing, like, for me, seriously, between college and NFL, I feel like college is you have a little bit more control over your destiny, whereas the NFL, you could piss in the wrong hallway. Yeah, you could piss in the wrong room, and you're out of there.
Dan? You know, sorry to cut you off, Dan. I'm going to be nice to you.
It's okay. Yeah. I love you.
We're nice. We're nice. We're friends.
Exactly. You're amazing. I love you.
What about the cheese eating master?
Hey, let's say it. Let's all say it on 3.
And I apologize for cutting you off.
Let's all say it on 3. I love you.
I love you, Dan. But actually, I do want to get your thoughts on this. And again, I apologize for cutting you off because I saw a TikTok. You know, I like to be on TikTok every now and then. And I was surprised and also I thought about it, not too surprised, was there was a guy asking all these like, high school, whatever, 4-star, 3-star players, and obviously you coach high school football. And a lot of them said, I don't watch NFL. I care more about college football. And I'm like, what? I thought it was always the other way around. Like you care more about the NFL. And I was like, I don't like who won this weekend. Like nobody had a clue. And I'm like, I guess probably the same, 10 kids they interviewed, and that's a small sample size. So I started thinking, because the NFL is such a hard dream to achieve. And like you mentioned, there's a lot of, variables of where you're going to end up going, where like you have a lot of say where you're going to play college football. And now you can make $1 million doing it.
Yeah.
Is that what kids are, care more now? Is that NIL and high school, and they don't give a crap about NFL? Is that what it is?
Dude, look at Stetson Bennett. He was a 30-year-old rookie. Like when Brandon Weaver, I think that was his name, or no, Brandon Whedon. When he came out and he was a 30-year-old rookie, if you remember, he was only older because I think either he started playing football late. Yeah, exactly, or something like that. Like now you're starting to notice guys trying to cash out in college because, again, you don't know about that next step. Like it's not for sure. Like, I really think moving forward, rookies, if you remember, rookies used to be like what, 20, 21 years old, usually, maybe on average. I don't think, no one could have been 19 because they would have been a freshman.
Bo Nix was is the same age as Justin Herbert.
Well, there you go. And Herbert's been in the league almost a decade. Yeah. So it's like, I think you're
26.
Oh, there you go. And then you're going to start seeing like the Dylan Raiola guy. I think he's already in his 5th year or whatever else. Like, so I can't. It's just crazy
Patrick
to me,
Mahomes,
really.
Mini Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, it's just crazy. They're both ass, so that's nice. It's just crazy to me how, now the dream isn't necessarily to make it to the NFL, because you could basically do that in college. Like, all these Georgia players, all these, big time program guys.
Guy Simpson supposedly got offered $6.5 million to stay in college.
Yeah, and I wouldn't doubt it.
I don't know
really?
why. Like,
that's crazy.
Like he wants to go to and I'm like, dude, you need to like be like Dante Moore. Stay one more year. You need it. You can't Fernando Mendoza looks ready. Those guys, neither one of the other two look ready to go. So
I think the problem is they think they're going to cash out because it's a weak quarterback class and teams are desperate. But, again, it's the same thing. I tell, I have one of my coaching buddies. He's in college, right? D1, Big Sky Conference, lives out of a suitcase. I told him it's the same thing for me, right? Like on the coaching side, I was like, I really have zero desire to coach at a higher level than high school, because like to me, living out of a suitcase, traveling all over the place, not being at home, right? Like it's not desirable to me. I have more job security, obviously, at the high school level than I do at any college or big time, program moving up the food chain. So it's like similar in that sense that I prefer my peace of mind and, to have kind of like a steady income and, because realistically in high school sports, you either get fired because you're terrible at your job or your head coach gets fired and you have to look for a new job. But it's not like as high of a turnover as it is in obviously the NFL and college. So, it's just going to be really interesting to see how much longer these guys stay in. Because also at the coaches convention, here's a little shout out, or here's a little inside scoop that I heard from some college coaches. A lot of these coaches are just surprised at how little football these guys know when they get to the next level. They're just great athletes. And it's like, I think that translates further into the NFL because these guys don't have time to build programs. And with the transfer portal, you really don't have time to, build FBI, build schemes. You have to be ready to win now or you get the boot. So
Dan's taking his journalism classes seriously.
That's what I do here. I don't have I know I wear the Charger hat, but I was very unbiased, I think, Saturday or Sunday. And Fernando would agree. Just because I'm not wearing the journalism shirt doesn't mean it's not on my heart. And I'm always unbiased, baby. So I'm always
By the way,
journalism.
Since you're saying positive things, can we get something positive about the cheese-eating bastard?
If I can say my truth, the cheese-eating bastard is a very good friend when he's not trying to be an asshole. So there you go. Did Roberto freeze or did he go to sleep?
Yeah, it looks like he fell asleep.
That's actually crazy.
Man.
That's actually crazy.
A picture of that.
Dude, I was looking at him. I'm like, did this MFer just fall asleep while I'm speaking? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Anyway.
So obviously, I wanted to ask you guys, Vic. I'll start off with you. Which OC job do you find the most attractive?
Ooh, that's a good question. What do we have? We have the Chargers. We have the Eagles. Who else do we have out there that I haven't thought of yet?
Well,
In
if not,
terms
we
of
can
the
go
OC,
between
the
those
people
two.
who fired their OC. The Buccaneers is also out there. I would say the Eagles. It's
100%.
yeah, it's the Eagles, and I kind of want to see. I'll start off with this, Fernando and Dan here. If I'm Nick Sirianni, I'm freaking pissed, right? Like, look at everything I've done for this franchise. Like, I get it. I understand that Howie Roseman is gonna get 100% of the credit here, no matter what happens, right? But I feel like what Nick Sirianni has done, I think should be applauded. And where's the fourth stooge? He'll be back. I'm sure he's having
I just
Wi-Fi
noticed that's your
issues.
picture. That's funny.
But I just like, how long of a leash are they going to give him? I like, he just won a Super Bowl, and they're like, well, let's fire him. There's other people who might be available that might want this job, like John Harbaugh and other guys. So to me, like, I get it. He made a terrible decision to, promote Kevin Patullo to offensive coordinator. But look, like, and he's not gonna get credit for the DC there just because Howie Roseman brought him in. So like Vic Fangio. So I just feel bad for Nick Sirianni, no matter what. Like, and I was gonna ask you guys about the whole CEO coach.
I thought he was going to be Doug Peterson 2.0, to be honest. I thought they were going to shit can him a year after winning the Super Bowl, but they at least chilled out.
Yeah, so I would go with the Eagles.
By the way, if you guys are wondering what a certain individual thinks about who should be the next OC of the Eagles, let's bring on Dan's favorite guy.
Greg Roman only needs one good receiver.
Oh,
he does not.
God.
He can't even utilize two. When TJ bring TJ on the screen, please. TJ laughing because he knows it's real. Remember the San Francisco 49ers. They had Vernon Davis. They had Delaney Walker. They had Anquan Bolden. And then that year they also had Randy Moss, but he was a 35-year-old Randy Moss. When Greg Roman was with the Ravens, he had Hollywood Brown. Greg Roman only needs one, but he had Mark Andrews. Roman only needs one good receiver. Quentin Johnson had a career year this year with Greg Roman. He just needs one.
That is so silly.
And what is Jalen Hurts capable of feeding? One good receiver. He's not capable of feeding both. When A.J. Brown was getting stupid busy, Devontae Smith wasn't. Devontae Smith getting stupid busy, A.J. Brown not so much. So if you have Greg Roman, you maximize Saquon Barkley. Remember, Frank Gore, crazy busy under Greg Roman. You maximize Saquon Barkley. I think now Jalen Hurts.
Barkley? I don't know who this is. Get this garbage off the screen. My God, this guy's an idiot. Can't he go with his former Fox co-host out somewhere already?
Okay, no, we're not bringing that up.
I didn't say a lie. Oh, this is hilarious. Do y'all think I can be a head coach? Really think I have a Ravens shot at the Ravens job because Lamar loves me? Reg Goman, that's hilarious.
So what he's saying basically is that Greg Roman should be the offensive coordinator of the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know if he's saying it because we all know every time the Eagles have made it to the Super Bowl, a member of the Chargers staff and a former offensive coordinator of the Chargers goes over there.
Oh, I see where.
And they end up winning it or win. So in 2017, they had Frank Reich.
Oh,
in 2020, when they played the Chiefs, they had Steichen. Then they had Kellen Moore when they won it. So that's been three Super Bowls they've been to, and all three a former offensive coordinator of the Chargers is their OC.
But I think that's such an asinine comment because when you look at those teams, like those offensive lines were stacked. The Niners offensive line with I think it was Joe Staley, and I can't remember who else they had, but they were dominating the trenches up front with that. Well,
that's what they're saying with the Eagles. He would have a great offensive line.
Well, that's why I'm saying when you have great players, they'll make you look great. That's what this guy did. Oh, the Rams OC or the threaded eyebrow fuck has that one locked down. What's the Lions had OC job is open too, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, and the Commanders also.
So if I'm
yes, you reminded me.
If I am Dan Campbell, if I am let's see who else. If
The
I am,
Commanders.
if I'm the Eagles, actually, I would probably go get Brian Daboll, because Brian Daboll worked really well with Josh Allen, and he had a really good quarterback run game, some RPOs and stuff like that, if I remember correctly. I think that would be a good fit for him because he's very creative at those things. I think, if I was the Lions or the Chargers, I would get more Mike McDaniel, because he comes from the Shanahan tree. And the Shanahan tree, if you remember, he hasn't had really mobile quarterbacks. I mean, he had I think he was the OC during RG3 and all that stuff. But since he's been a Niner, it's been Brock Purdy, Jimmy Garoppolo, guys who are pocket passers. So I think it would be very, it would behoove them to try and go get him, it might be a bidding war. It might be a bidding war. And I think personally also, I think Mike McDaniel and Daboll, it'd do them a little bit of good to take, a year of coaching rehab and OC somewhere personally. But what do I know?
You know what? And that's what I was thinking, Vic, also what Dan just mentioned. Dan, if we can get you more in the middle, because
how do you want me to do this? Just scoot over? Okay.
Yeah,
There you
go.
All right.
The reason why I agree with Dan, sometimes a head coach that kind of failed and fell flat on his face needs an OC job to kind of get him jump started. Right now, I don't know if Mike is being interviewed by every team, but if he took the Tampa Bay Buccaneers also have an opening. So
that would be a good one too. He doesn't have to move really.
He's interviewing with them, I think, on Friday. But if he went to Tampa Bay, the Chargers, Philly, or Detroit or Washington, all 5 of those jobs are really nice, to be honest. But if he goes to any of those 5 next year, he's going to have the team of his choice. He's going to be able to dictate where he goes, especially if he succeeds. So that's because, who knows? Maybe the Kansas City job is open in a year with Andy Reid being almost 70 years old. Go ahead.
Can I give you guys a name that actually used to coach with the Chargers? Is and you won't have to replace him anytime soon, and that would be Frank Wright. If I'm the Eagles, go get and that's the other thing, guys. I think we need to start having a conversation about going forward is about the
Gilbert.
Let me bring him on.
Gilbert and his Wi-Fi. There he is.
I'm back.
There he is. That's crazy. You can afford a great living room with a piano, and you can't get some decent Wi-Fi, my guy.
It's fake. and we didn't get canceled while I was gone, right? Because somebody else said,
no, cancel. No.
Okay.
I don't say anything. I don't.
And so what I was gonna say, Gilbert, we're talking about some of the OC jobs out there, and we were Fernando showed a clip of Emmanuel Acho saying that Greg Roman would be a great OC for the Eagles, just because every time they gone to the Super Bowl, it's been a former Charger. And I was bringing up the fact that a guy that would be perfect that was used to be a former Chargers coach was Frank Wright, because he's not going to go anywhere. He's not going to get another head coaching job. But I think the bigger thing here too to kind of start talking about is about the CEO head coaches. You want to go and get an OC, because if not, you're going to have to continue to replace. You look at a place like the Seattle Seahawks with Mike McDonald there, he's going to have to continue to replace his OC, just because, they're not going to stay, especially if they do well. Same thing with the D'Amico Ryans. And so that's kind of the disadvantage. And then when you have a CEO head coach, that's the same thing. You're having to replace coordinators all the time if you're not going to do any of the play calling. So I think that's something that owners are starting to look at.
The passing game coordinator from the Rams, what's his name?
It is Nate Scalise. I think that's how you say it.
Wow. How do you spell that last name? That's
SCHAALSHES or something like that.
Yep. You got it.
Yeah. But go ahead, Gilbert.
I was gonna say, I got to talk to him maybe 10 months ago, and nice guy and very insightful stuff. And then we just started shooting the I can say shit, right? Shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, dude, I told the guy, dude, I spoke to your guy Jalen Noel or Jalen O, at the NFLPA rookie premiere. I'm like, that guy was really nice, and he's like, yeah, that guy's the best. And when you started talking about all the guys that he helped recruit and coached with at Iowa State, I'm like, damn, it was like Breece Hall and Jaden Higgins, and got to work with Brock Purdy. I'm like, damn, a lot of playmakers came out of Iowa State in the last 4 or 5 years, and he was part of that. And supposedly he was going to take over for Matt Campbell. Like, they knew right away this guy's going to be legit. And then Sean McVay said, no, I want to work with that guy. And so far, I know he doesn't get a lot of the credit because he's not the OC, but this might be Matthew Stafford's best career season. I could be wrong there, but he's going to win his first MVP probably. And he's the pass game coordinator. He incorporated Devontae Adams. He got the 13 personnel. He got Kobe Parkinson to have a freaking a monster season, which came out of nowhere. So, yeah, when we were doing that coaching hire guessing game, Fernando, I probably should have thrown his name out there. But I think teams are going to be more hesitant to say, like, you know what, you weren't an OC. I think maybe they will be willing to skip a step for a guy who worked under McVay because that's all the rage. But I think he might have to wait. He might have to wait a little bit. I feel like.
I think he's going to take an OC job somewhere.
Yeah, you got to call plays.
Yeah. No, I completely agree.
You might go with Chris Shula. Like, remember how when Raheem Morris left, he took one of the coaches with him. Yeah, I think you might see the same thing with
Zach
Chris
Robinson
Shula.
is actually interviewing with the Detroit Lions, I guess, tomorrow.
I saw that.
For their OC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, that's why, Black Monday super fascinating. Because what's funny? What did I say?
I just I forget if you hire him, you get 2 third-round picks, which is always a funny rule to me. But yeah,
that counts for a passing game coordinator too to OC.
I
don't
know. Does he get promoted?
It's a minority.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what position you could be the janitor. I guess.
Hell yeah. So, in other words, again, let me start my business. I'll be your Rooney Rule guy. Just fly me out.
That's Antonio Pierce is the Rooney Rule guy this year.
For the Giants.
I know, I saw that.
And the Falcons.
Too?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you saw this one. And again, don't take me too seriously because I saw this on Twitter. But some people were talking about David Shaw supposedly getting a shot in an OC job because I think the Lions this year were 5th in passing or whatever.
I think he interviewed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for their OC job.
He's been like a long tenure Rooney Rule. I feel like.
I was gonna say that's where I was going to.
But he always gets an interview.
Stealing my business.
Yeah, you
don't you remember 2 years ago? He interviewed for the Chargers.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the Raiders.
He's never come close to these jobs.
No.
I was going to ask you, by the way, Hilberto, what we did before you came back, resurrected from the dead. What do you think, if you were an OC, which of the openings would you want? Do you have one, you think?
Bucks, Chargers, Lions,
Eagles,
Commanders, and Eagles.
Damn. Oh, yeah, it's pretty good, too. Well, no, the Commanders hired David Blau. They already replaced.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Another former quarterback.
Yeah. We're just gonna keep it consistent there for Jaden Daniels. But man, am I wrong to say Chargers because of Justin Herbert? That's what I care about. Like I don't want to work with Jared Goff, but they have a lot of. It will be Lions or.
That's
Chargers.
the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Like for me, that's what we were talking about right now. I know I found that hilarious too. Like for me, seriously, when you look at just plain offense, I would rather have the Lions or the Eagles. I know it's a disadvantage because of the quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody is the son of Odin, even though he's getting hated on. That's okay. I'd still take him.
Also to produce in Philly right away.
Well, yeah, but like, come on, you have Saquon, you have like a lot of weapons that you can, and you have an O-line. Like the biggest problem is that they were probably too predictable. They couldn't keep guys healthy because Lane Johnson was out most of the year.
They missed Mekhi Becton.
Yeah, well, ship him to Timbuktu or to Philadelphia. I don't care where. Get him out of here. I want the extra 10 mil. Get him out of here. He's stealing money from the organization.
I have a name for you guys that I forgot about, and I wonder how much he was missed there with the Eagles. But actually, a former player of Jim Harbaugh is it Kabita Pritchard? He ended up going to the Stanford Cardinal, and I wonder if he was someone that the Eagles wanted to keep. But when you take a head coaching job for your alma mater, it's kind of hard to keep him around.
That's my ultimate goal, dude. Yep.
I wonder. No,
I was
go
gonna
ahead.
say I'll give you an answer. I'll go Detroit because I don't know how Jim Harbaugh is like. He's never had
boss?
huh?
As a boss?
Well, that too, but like he had his friend Roman who were like he knew what he was gonna get. You know, like you're gonna run the football, right? Cool, I'm out of here. But you bring in some like little nerd whiz kid like Brainiac, like you're gonna let him do what he wants, and like, are you gonna run the football, kid? Are you? I feel
Why
like
are we
he'll be
motioning
here.
so much?
That's why I feel like Mike McDaniel would be a good
Yeah.
one. Mike McDaniel ran the ball a
That's a good
lot
point.
in Minnesota.
But would Harbaugh let him do?
Miami.
Like, will Harbaugh stay out of the way? Like, hey, kid, we haven't really worked together. Do you have any Ravens connections? Do you know my brother? Do I trust you? I don't know.
Well,
And I feel like
and that's why I
Detroit,
connect him
Cam
to
will be
Todd
okay.
Monken.
Yeah,
I
that's
think Todd
another
Monken
one.
might be another guy.
But
you know what's
I
the
don't know.
funniest part? Could you imagine he takes one look at McDaniel and his like shin high sweats? He's like, "Do you have khakis, son? You got a pair of slacks on you?"
But you know what?
He's like,
With
no,
McDaniel,
we wear joggers here.
yeah. With McDaniel or Shieldhouse or
Yeah,
whatever
Nate
his name is.
Scalisi.
Scalisi. With
Yes.
Scalisi or
Oh, I'm not even-
McDaniel, Lad
I'm- yeah.
McConkey is going to need to be in shape
Game of
because
Thrones.
he's gonna be
Yeah, that's
moving
what I-
all over the field pre-snapped. So I think that would definitely that's the thing. The Chargers had
Yeah.
like no pre-snap motions, or if it was, it'd be
No
like
creativity.
a receiver moving from out deep into like coming more inside. But
No
they
creativity.
need more of that. All right, let us go now with our takes from the wild card weekend. Dan, I'll let you go first.
These guys suck. I hate everything. My weekend was ruined. Real Madrid lost. They put up this stinker for national television. It was disgusting. I'm glad these two, bottom feeders are finally out. And I hope it's only up from here because, again, while we've talked about it plenty of times on this show, when things go wrong, there's always a scapegoat and a fall guy, which it happens to be these two. Mind you, warranted because they were terrible. But, it's really on Jim and Joe this offseason to really try and fix this offense, especially when they're going to have $100 million to spend. So, again, I'm glad they're gone. I think you need to get a little more inventive because clearly what he was doing was not enough to get these receivers open. Because it's either, and that's the problem when you have young receivers. They don't have all that game time experience. So you have to really either, do things to get them, open. You have to really study the defense you're going against, and you have to move them around. So that's why, again, I'm glad they're gone. I just hope they don't mess up the hire, and I hope they finally start to address the offensive side of the football because it's not looking good.
Gilbert had a good trade for you. You go get AJ Brown.
I wouldn't mind that. I'm sure
28-year-old
really
AJ
good.
Brown.
He's 28. That's kind of worrisome, but I mean, I'm sure he'd be fine. What about JJ? I'm sure he's tired of JJ McCarthy. So
I have two other names for you guys, and I wanted to get you guys' reaction to it because I don't
just
think
hyped him up on a stream. He said, "Leave my youngin alone."
Well,
Some fan was talking shit about JJ McCarthy.
He has to.
Go ahead, Vic.
Give it another
one
season.
Of them
we'll
is Brian Thomas. I think he's going to be on the trading block with the Jaguars. And then the other one is the receiver from the Bears, and I just lost his name.
Oh,
but I
DJ Moore?
think he's going to, yeah, I think he's going to be on the trade block.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but one more thing, Dan. I can't, we can't move on without you saying one more point here. Like, there's something else you're missing, right, from your takeaway.
What did I miss?
That your boy Gilberto was right. Like, just tell the people.
Look, I already told you when we got into it. Okay, I didn't deny the offense was terrible.
Oh, okay.
I disagreed over the defense. And, where you're right is the sense that this offense didn't do enough at all.
Yeah, you know what's funny, Dan? And you don't have to. I just wanted to mess with you, but I
it's
really
okay. I agree.
I hated that conversation somehow became me shitting on Minter. I'm like, that's not what I wanted to say. I just wanted to say anything could happen in this game, and you're like, no, this defense, it's gonna be fine. And it's like we just got into that, but
my bad.
I'll take half credit because I was crapping on that defense, and that defense came to play. So I'm just giving a hard time.
And you were right in the sense that, like, you know, you haven't seen it from the Chargers, where you haven't seen it from the Patriots either, but they're playing, like you said, they're the more complete team, which you're right, because they were able to move the ball a little bit more. They were able, obviously, to get into field goal positions. I just thought, like, you know, in my opinion, how do you dial stuff up against the Eagles' defensive front with the amazing corners they have, the amazing, you know, defensive line, how deep it is, right? You score, I think, 20 points to win in that game, and all you manage to do is score, I think, 3 points over the weekend. Like, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing to me. Like, dude, if I was Jim Harbaugh, that's what I said on Sunday also. I put a lot of it on Harbaugh because, again, he's the head coach. Don't tell me Ortiz is, you know, picking all these players because I don't believe it, which I'm sure we're going to talk about head coaching spots later, or is that for another time?
Another time.
Okay. I put it a lot on Harbaugh because what was said at halftime? Where was the leadership? Where was the motivation? Where was the adjustments on offense? You know, even the damn kicking game was terrible. Our punter's terrible. Get him off the team. So that's what really frustrated me. You know, a lot of the double speak all season, the speaking out of both sides of your mouth of competitors welcome, and then you see this, you know, half-ass line they put out there and everything else, refusing to make, you know, changes, in my opinion, that were needed. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens next year.
You know,
again, I don't want to be like, I don't want to sound like the Cowboys and say next year's our year, but
you know what made me laugh is on WUB after the Houston game when Cameron Dicker missed a field goal and an extra point. Dan goes, he's like, now more than ever, I understand Urban Meyer when he went up to Josh Lambo and he kicked him. He's like, huh? How do you like it like that? Boom. Like, this is how you do it.
LaFleur seeing McManus in the locker room. Jeez, like I would have kicked him too.
I know. Oh my God. That was terrible. Gilbert, give us your takeaway.
Yeah. One more shot at your team, Dan, just because I can't help myself. The Pittsburgh Steelers scored more points than the Chargers. They got 6 points. They lost 30-6 on this very good defense. And my God, CJ Stroud, I defended him his rookie year, but he's been terrible.
Very bad.
Yeah,
very bad.
But this is my Super Bowl pick. But I'm telling you, this defense is like legendary status. Like they might be good enough to carry this team. When your quarterback is that bad, your star receiver goes down in the second half, and you still win 30-6. Yeah, I think we're due for one of these like Legion of Boom type of defenses. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass. Let me know, Dan, you're good at that. But maybe because they don't have a cool nickname and people are not paying attention. Like it's not Legion of Boom or No Fly Zone, whatever. But like they're freaking good, man. Like they like
2 defensive touchdowns.
Yeah, they those touchdowns defensively in the fourth quarter changed the whole game. It's like, all right, CJ, you're not gonna do anything. Let's just do it ourselves here. That scoop and score there for Sheldon Rankins. There was a pick six, man.
Big man.
You got what was that? Oh, big man, but yeah, big man rumble. There was an edge. They have star edge rushers, star cornerbacks, star safeties. You know, what's that guy? I can't pronounce his name. The guy who almost murdered Trevor Lawrence, Aziz. That is a tough SOB right there. And like, I think I saw the clip on SportsCenter where is it Van Pelt or Scott Van Pelt was like, "Hey man, like you know, I forgot what the hell was it, but he pretty much said like, like people are overlooking us, but people said Mike Tomlin is." You know, undefeated on Monday Night Football, and look what happened. So we're here to break records or whatever. I forgot what I ruined the whole thing, but I was like, man, this guy like he knows what people are saying, and he's trying to set the tone for this defense. But anyways, I feel like they're pretty damn good. They're gonna probably like what you saw what the Chargers did to Drake May. I think pick it up a couple more notches for Houston against Drake May. They are that good. I want to see Buffalo and Houston in the AFC title game just to see Allen again against that defense and may the best team win. But Denver's still pretty good overall. I'll keep mine short. I'm just rambling here. They're freaking good. Texans defense is damn good.
I really agree with you. They just take the heads off of people. I'm just interested to see how they're going to be able to keep all this together, especially because guys are going to be due pretty soon for contract extensions. So that dude. The one on the left hand, on the opposite side of Derek Stingley, that kid is.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, I'll let you finish because I the guy that is impressive to me on that team is Jalen Pitre, the guy that wears like the big old helmet thingy. Jalen Pitre, and he's gonna be a second round pick. He's up for a contract. Like that guy, like one of the things that I enjoy about watching this defense is you think you have a little dump off and you might go for a couple yards, but man, these guys are or for about 10 yards and they swallow everything up. They're the best tackling team I've seen in years. Like that's the most impressive thing. The fact that they can just tackle in the open field. And I'm with you. The on the other side too, the corner there, Fernando, they're just a complete defense. Like they have no weaknesses on that defense.
No,
I don't know where you
weaknesses on their offense.
Yeah,
Their offense is so bad. By the way, Dan, real quick, you're in a giving mood. You were saying very nice things earlier. The cheese eating bastard might have not been here. Dan, why don't you say what you said about him earlier?
He's a great friend when he's not trying to be an asshole. So there you go.
Good
no, but I agree exactly with what you guys are saying. That defense is very good. That's why in the thing I put Texans D equals LOB because it kind of does remind. I think they're a better. I think that that guy number 4 on the opposite side, he reminds me a lot of what Brandon Browner was supposed to be for the Seahawks.
Oh yeah.
If you remember, the original LOB was Brandon Browner, and Brandon Browner used to take guys' heads off. I remember I was when I was interning in 2014, Chargers played the Patriots, and he took out Ladarius Green. He had a nasty. They had to send him to the hospital, but Brandon Browner just laid him out, and they kicked him out of the game and everything.
I can't say it. Sorry.
Yeah. By the way, fun fact on Brandon Browner, he went to my high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know he was from LA. But yeah, I agree. I'll go next, and then Vic, you can finish us out. I think Buffalo's resilience can take them all the way to the Super Bowl. I mean, they are a resilient bunch. They've lost a lot of guys to injuries. They're getting Ed Oliver back supposedly probably this weekend. They have other guys that they might be getting back as well, but they also lost Gabe Davis. They've lost other guys. I really feel like, and again, I hate that every time I listen to somebody from the national beat or whatever, the first thing that they say is, well, there's no Lamar, there's no Joe Burrow, there's no Patrick Mahomes. The only one I'm going to accept is Patrick Mahomes. I'm not going to accept the other two because the other two,
no.
Lamar's not even a scratch on his ass. Joe Burrow's never in the playoffs. So I'm not going to accept either one of those guys.
Yeah, no Shadur Sanders.
Oh yeah, that's the real one lying in wait.
Yeah.
Wait till Daddy takes over the Browns.
Don't forget about Shiloh.
Don't forget about Shiloh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, the Browns would shine Shiloh real quick. But again, I really feel like the Buffalo Bills, I feel like they have a little chip on their shoulder. I feel like they can make it far. I think if they beat Denver this weekend, they're gonna be praying to God, Jehovah, the fat, what's
Allah,
Buddha. They're gonna be praying to Allah. They're gonna be praying to all those that it's the New England Patriots in the AFC Championship and not Buffalo, because we all know. I mean, that scene that we saw on Sunday where Herbert gets like walloped and he's kind of on the ground and everybody's like, "Is he gonna get up?" And he does. That was Josh Allen against Houston on that Thursday night game where he just got the shit beat out of him. So that's kind of my 2 cents. But I actually really like Buffalo. And besides, Buffalo makes it to the Super Bowl, we kind of have an in with a good interview from a certain individual. So I'm definitely that'd be a good in right there because my guy still loves me. He told me that. He told me he still loves me. So I appreciate him all the time. But Vic, go ahead. Huh?
I was like, cool. I was like, oh, both sides. Just clicked in my head.
That's my guy. That's my guy. That's my guy.
So your internet slow, your brain slow. What else do we have to fix?
I was like, Stevie Johnson, but he doesn't play there anymore.
Hey, Stevie's a good friend of ours.
Hey, friend of the show.
You probably will be there.
Yeah.
I guess
Stevie,
a Buffalo Super Bowl would be pretty fun on Radio Row, by the way.
Huh?
A Buffalo Super Bowl at Radio Row would be pretty fun.
Oh, you want to see Haley Steinfeld? That's why.
She won't walk around, but it will be a lot of characters there.
We'll need to bring a table.
I hate this guy.
Go ahead, Vic.
Mine, I'm gonna keep it quick. The NFC West is a big reason why the NFL coaching, why we're seeing all these
Hey, it's
NFL
yours.
coaching vacancies. We kind of talked about it earlier too, about the whole CEO coaching. You're starting to see them kind of being in not as much desired by owners. I think they're looking at what you see in the NFC West with like young minds, whether it's on the offensive side with McVay and Kyle Shanahan, and then Mike McDonald on defense. And and I get why these owners are impatient too. They're seeing how successful some of these young coaches coming in, like Liam Cohen and Ben Johnson as well. Like if they can do that good of a turnaround, why can we? And so I think right now you're going to see a lot of those young guys. That's why I like some of the lists that Gilbert gave us about some of the coaching candidacies that we're going to see being filled. I would say between 5 or 6 of the 9 are going to be young coaches. I think that's the way you should go right now. I just don't believe in retreads right now. Like, at least take a year off. I do wonder what happens with Tomlin. I feel like he's probably going to take a couple of years off because
they're saying that they still have his rights.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I would have wanted to get fired. Like, that's why I thought. But I think and you're going to have to pay a first round pick for Tomlin. I just wouldn't do that in any of the next couple years. No. So, but yeah, the NFC West, man, like the Cardinals are just like, what about us? Like, why can we go and hire a young guy?
I was going to tell you while we're on this, since we're not going to dive into it a lot, what's more important to you if you're a head coach looking for a team right now? Salary cap, having a lot of money, or getting to pick your GM? What do you think?
Pick the GM.
I was kind of leaning towards that too. What do you guys think?
You can always create that.
Yeah, no, Jim and Joe kind of showed you could do that, but I think I'm really wondering, is Joe Schoen really going to stay? Like, I think that's going to be a Chad Alexander. Like, if John isn't happy with Joe Schoen, he might be like, hey, Maras, can you guys call me? Joe, this isn't about you. Don't worry about it. I'm happy. I want to be with you. And then he's going to be like, when Kelly Kapoor walks, hey, can I talk to you real quick? It's not about you. Don't worry. Yeah. He's going to call him and then be like, yeah, I don't want this nerd in here. Like
Brutus.
Yeah. Get Chad Alexander in here from the Chargers. Pay up the 2 third-round picks to the Chargers for that. But yeah, exactly. But let's do this. Like,
aren't they conditional picks? I forget. They don't come from the team. Right?
Yeah, they don't come. They're conditional picks.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let us start with these games. Gilbert, starting off, the Bills and the Broncos. The Broncos are favored by 1.5. I thought the Bills started off being favored, so that's interesting.
Yeah, and I remember
what are the numbers saying about this game?
Yeah, when you brought it up, I was like, how the hell are the Bills the favorites? And I clocked it, and I think a lot of people did too, because I get it. The Broncos are still pretenders in a lot of people's eyes, but they're coming off a bye week. They're playing at home, and the Bills are just decimated with injury. So at some point, it's like, all right, Josh Allen is great, but you also remember that Houston game. And I know Denver's defense is not as good as Houston, but I think a lot of people saw that in terms of betting-wise and said, I'm taking a chance on Denver. Like, I would too. When it was plus 1.5, I'm like, I think Buffalo's a good chance, but there's just too many things going against them. So that was a good one. And now you see it here, minus 1.5, which I still think is still pretty good for Denver. But in terms of the numbers, that's what I thought I noticed.
What are some narrative, or what's the narrative coming into this game?
Definitely Broncos are frauds. Like I don't know, like everything I just listed, like they have how many injuries on that team and they're barely 1.5 favorite. There's frauds, but yeah, and I'll just get to my point here. I don't feel good about it. I gotta pick a dog though. I'm going with Denver just because everything I listed, bye week, pressure, good defense. I remember Allen against Houston. I'm not saying this is Houston, but high altitude, good coaches, Sean Payton. Bo Nix could maybe have success. That's actually a pretty good secondary. They impressed me against Trevor Lawrence, but I think Bo Nix could have.
They're getting some guys back in the secondary too.
Yeah, so you know what? I'm gonna take a chance here. I don't feel confident. I'd rather see Buffalo advance, and I want to see them in the Super Bowl. It'd be fun, but I'm going Denver here.
This is oh shit, I had it. Hold on. This is who Gilbert is pinging his or hitching his wagon to. This kind of individual.
Greenlaw back in this game, his ability to attack downhill in the run game. Just how big is that and the timing of it for this one?
Do you want him to attack downhill? Is that your what do you know about attacking downhill in the run game? You don't know. All right, that's right.
Oh. He does not like this guy.
Dre Greenlaw back in the game. Yeah.
Third quarterback.
Wow.
You know,
Sassy.
you know who it was?
Who was it? I want to know.
It was the kid from the kid that got in trouble with
Lucas.
Lincoln Riley. Yeah, Lucas.
There's
Why did he get in trouble with
with
Lincoln Riley?
There's something there that the way he asks questions that coaches do not like. So
Yeah,
the way he
this
came out with
kid,
that shot looked like it was like not personal, but he wanted to say that.
This kid was listening to a conversation between two USC players in the press conference room. They were talking on the side while Lincoln Riley was talking, and he heard it and he wrote about it. He wrote exactly what they had said.
Oh, the players.
And so, so like they got pissed off and they took away his credential, or like they suspended him for a week and all this stuff, and it made it into a huge deal. Yeah, it was stupid. It was like the dumbest thing ever.
You could tell though he wanted to go out of his way to bury him when he said,
But
but
I've heard from some. I know the national media loves him, but a lot of the local reporters can't stand Sean Payton. So, Vic, who you got in this game?
I'm gonna go the opposite way. I guess I haven't learned my lesson going up against Gilbert, and I think part of it too. You know, you mentioned Fernando about the Bills. They have a big offensive line. I feel like they're going to be able to run the ball on the Broncos. The way you attack this team is you run the ball on the Denver Broncos. And as you mentioned, they're getting back two of their defensive backs, the rookie out of Kentucky and Benford as well. Yeah. And then the one thing that my biggest criticism this whole season has been for McDermott. You're a defensive guy, right? But what he did to the Jacksonville Jaguars was really impressive. He really disguised his coverages. He attacked them. I know a lot of people, were critical of Lawrence because of what they saw in that game, but he really had them confused. He really had them confused in that game. So if McDermott can game plan, have a good game plan against the Denver Broncos against their offense, I like their chances here. So I'm taking the Bills and I'm taking the points. I'll take the money line here with the Bills just because you're giving me like you guys said. I was kind of shocked, and I'm glad Gilbert brought it up. Like this line started at 1.5 for the Bills, and now it went the other way. So the fact that the Broncos are probably the sharps are high on the Broncos here.
Yep, because the pros versus Joe's game.
Yeah, so I'm taking the Bills here.
Oh my God, Jorge. Dan and I are probably going to be doing something tomorrow. I'll be going to the Chargers press conference tomorrow for Jim and Joe Hortiz, so we might do something tomorrow afternoon. So we'll talk more about that later. Dan, who you got in this game?
I'm going to go with the Bills also. And the thing that it's going to come down to, I think, is experience. As crappy as some of Josh Allen's experience has been in the playoffs, I think, it's like Elvis Presley said, it's now or never. So I think this has got to be it. I think he's, I think he's going to be dialed in. He's not going to turn the ball over. I think he's going to be smart. But, I mean, again, this is Bo Nix's first playoff game. I know they're playing relatively well because they won his second. Oh, that's right. He lost last year, right?
Yeah, he got blown out by the Bills, by the way.
Last year. Yeah, that's right. So I think the biggest thing also is I know Josh is on the road, and it's loud at Mile High, especially during playoff times, right? But I think it's not going to get to him. I don't think it's going to be too big for him. I think, like I said, he has experience with wins in the playoffs. And I think the Broncos defense, or the Broncos team in general, like how we kind of talked about, they've, pulled out wins, which is important. You have to know how to win ugly, but I don't think it translates into January. So I'll take the Bills.
Look, it's my Super Bowl pick, so I have to go with the Bills. I do kind of agree with Gilbert that these guys are fresh, but sometimes being fresh and kind of sitting out for a week, I just remember Peyton Manning would always get shitted on when he was the number 1 seed and they had a week to rest and all that. So, before it used to be the 1 and the 2 seed, huh? They used to rest.
1 and 2.
Yeah. So I feel like Denver, they were a team that kind of needed to keep on playing. I don't think a week off does them well. I agree with Vic in that James Cook is going to be very key in this game. If James Cook can run all over these guys, that's going to really throw them off. And then I've noticed that the small, shiftier receivers give Denver trouble. Like PJ Washington from Jacksonville, he gave them all the trouble that they could have. And tight ends also kind of are an issue for that defense. So Kincaid and Knox are going to be huge, are going to have to be huge in this game. But I agree with Dan in the other sense is that I'm going to go with the experience and Bo Nix still doesn't have the experience and I thought he really struggled, especially in that final game against the Chargers. I thought he struggled. I thought he struggled against Jacksonville. I even thought he still struggled against Green Bay, but they ended up pulling that game out. But yeah, I'm just going to go. I'm going to let Gilbert be a lone wolf and go.
Lone wolf. Woo! That was terrible.
You love the attention, so that's why we give it to you.
I was 5-1 last week, so yeah.
Damn.
Let's go 49ers at Seahawks. Can the 49ers continue the magic run that they're on? Hilberto.
Seattle's
7.5.
That's a massive point spread, and shout out to Victor for taking the 49ers on the points last week. I'm getting to the point where I'm done overlooking this team. There's no way they're gonna be. They could be blown out, but it's a divisional matchup, third time meeting them. I get no Kittle. I get maybe Warner. Maybe he's practicing. I don't know about that one. But no Bosa. They just don't belong in this divisional matchup. But to me, I'm done counting out Shanahan. I will take the points here. And yeah, that's the narrative too. I know you're gonna ask me that, Fernando. Sorry, jumping ahead. Nobody's giving this team a shot. Nobody believes in them, even though they just beat the Eagles, a physical team. Christian McCaffrey is so fun to watch, but he's a headache for defenses. So I get it. We just saw this team get shut down by the Seahawks in Week 18 on a Saturday night. It was a snoozer. But I think it's going to be closer. I will take the points, but I'm not taking them to win. I think Seattle finds a way, even though Sam Darnold's my one and done guy. But I don't know. Maybe I'm also overlooking 49ers. I just wish they were playing a different team for me to get my Sam Darnold one and done. But whatever. Sam Darnold goes to the NFC title game. I'll give him a lot of respect. I'm going to back him up here. Maybe I'm jinxing them. Who knows? Give me the Seahawks here. Close game, though.
Gilbert was Gilbert, you were about to originally get your wish because it was going to be Rams and Seahawks in Seattle. So until the Eagles lost that game, I am going to go. Yeah, I'm going to have to continue. I'll say no, you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb. I'll say the moment's too bright for Sam Darnold. Ooh. I'll say Fred Warner plays.
Oh,
and I'll say he knows it's now or never. He plays, and I'll say for some, I don't know how, but I think they pull it out. I'll go 49ers. Vic.
I'm joining you here with the 49ers, and I'm going to give you a couple stats here. In the last 22 years, the 49ers have either made the playoffs. And when they make it to the playoffs, they make it all the way to the NFC title game, or they completely just miss the playoffs. And so with that said, I'm going with the 49ers. And the thing that the 49ers have is that they have a bit of a cheat code with CMC. And I was just with the Kyle Shanahan. I don't know how much you guys saw of that game, but he pretty much was playing.
Thank you, Jorge. We appreciate it, Jorge.
Oh, there we go.
Shout out.
There we go. You gotta answer that question.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, Vic.
No.
Hell yeah.
Hey, I'll take it.
Shout out.
Go ahead, Gilbert.
Oh, me? Oh, I thought
Yes, it
Hey,
says.
Gilberto.
I forgot.
Who's
I
your
just saw the
OC?
money. Sorry, Jorge. I'm like, man, they could have added a couple more zeros on that. No, just kidding.
This guy.
We are thankful for that. I appreciate you. You're paying me to answer a question. I'm actually flattered. I'm like, what's that one meme with the white kid? He's like, me. Yeah. Who's your pick for the Chargers OC? You know what? I'll give you two names. If it's not Mike McDaniel, who I wanted to be Mike McDaniel, I'll give you three names. If you don't get Mike McDaniel, go get Frank Smith. Obviously he knows Justin Herbert. We laid it out already. If not, the kid from the Rams, Nate, say for Victor Scalise. I think it's going to be very hard for him to get a head coaching job. Who knows? People love Sean McVay. But if he doesn't, and maybe Shula doesn't get a job and doesn't take him, you get to call plays too. Harbaugh won't call plays, so that's a benefit for the Chargers. Those are my three picks right there for you. Jorge, shout out to you.
Can I give you one more name?
Vic, go ahead. That's what he's asking for. Go ahead, Vic.
I'm gonna give you a name, and it's in Dan might not like it because he's a LaFleur, but think about Mike LaFleur. Like he was an offensive coordinator with the Jets, and now he's been under McVay for a couple years. He runs the ball. He's like the biggest success this season running the ball for the Rams was when Mike LaFleur called the plays against the Cardinals. I know it's the Cardinals, but that would be someone I would keep an eye on for the Chargers.
Dan doesn't like LaFleur because I had an incident with LaFleur at the Combine a couple years ago, so that's the reason why Dan isn't a fan of LaFleur. I'm sure
that guy.
He'll take Matt LaFleur. I'm sure he's never done anything, but
Matt is the
Green Bay guy.
Mike. Sorry,
don't worry.
Mike.
When that little eyebrow threaded bastard gets fired, I'm gonna be drinking and smoking on this show. So,
Dan, anybody but Roman? I'm guessing is your pick for.
I said it's like I said. I would love to get a McDaniel. I think he's very creative. I think he knows how to use speed. What you would see where he would move Tyreek Hill all over the field, I thought was very genius. There's times where he'd put him, behind the offensive lineman and have him run his route from there. That way they kind of would lose him with the motions. I think he would be really good. I'm sure Daboll would be good. He just makes me a little bit worried because of I don't want Herbert running the football at all. Yeah. I'm not saying Herbert's fragile, but he's been hurt plenty of too many years in a row, in my opinion. So you need a guy who's not going to run them. What other names did we say? There was someone I'm missing, I think. Kingsbury. He hasn't looked bad, but same thing. He likes to run his quarterbacks. And, son, this isn't Jaden Daniels. Like, no thanks. I'm good.
You have a tank.
I feel like I'm missing a name, though. I feel like I'm missing a name that I liked.
Monken?
But I mean, no offense. I'm weary of another Ravens hire. I'm weary of another Ravens hire.
That'd be bad.
So again,
maybe Monken David goes Shaw with wherever he goes.
Yeah. Oh, well, there you go. So I mean, maybe David Shaw. I mean, I don't know. I just think the biggest thing you have to do moving forward. More importantly, you have to address all the holes on offense, and you have to get a guy who's creative. Like you just can't, in my opinion, the offense was too stagnant in the sense of, just kind of line up and run the play, line up and run the play, line up and run the play. And I think, there was no creativity, no sequencing. So again, too many 3-and-outs. And it goes back to this, when you're a good coach and, again, not the biggest McVay guy. I'm not a McVay sexual like most of you in the national media, but that guy knows how to hide a lot of his deficiencies on offense. There's a few defenses that'll catch him a couple times, but it's very rare that happens. So that's what you kind of need, a guy who knows how to hide deficiencies. So
hire Eric D. Williams.
That's my guy. That's my guy. He's the best.
Can I give you guys one more name? And
go ahead.
He's a friend of the show. Or
it's gonna cost you guys more money, but go ahead.
Yeah.
You think Jim Harbaugh would bring in someone like Anthony Lynn, former coach of the Chargers?
I don't know. I think
Anthony Lynn would want to.
Well, besides that, I think he's had unsuccessful runs at offensive coordinator. So he had that stint in Detroit. He was fired. And then after that, I think he just went to the Commanders to be an assistant head coach. And that's no disrespect. I'm a big Anthony Lynn guy. I liked him, when he was with the Chargers. So I think.
Yeah, and we got to keep this moving because these guys have House of Horns after this.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's go. I'm ready. See.
Last thought, I do wonder if Harbaugh's going to go with playing it safe with somebody he knows, Stanford, Baltimore.
That's what makes me worried.
Or think outside the box, and I don't know if it's going to be the latter one.
I think he's going to think I think he's realized he has to think outside the box. Like,
right.
look at how stagnant your offense was. Like, it was like your quarterback. You made your quarterback's offense look like that of a 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers, and that's not what you want. So they're going to have to think a lot on this. Real quick, Jorge, just because obviously I'll tell it to you. We were at the combine. We were at a restaurant. McVay was standing there, or LaFleur was standing there by himself with a drink in hand. I go up to shake his hand. He looks at my hand and
asshole.
He looks at my hand. He looks at me and then he walks away from me.
Asshole.
So that was the incident. So
I can't wait. They put the cheese on their hats and pitchforks and torches. Go get his ass. Run him out of town.
Make your pick, Dan.
Make my pick for. Oh yeah. I'll go. I kind of want to stay consistent and go Niners, but because of the experience, but I won't be boring. I'll say they catch him again because they have the blueprint from Week 18. So.
Who was?
He's going Seahawks.
Seattle.
Yeah. All right. I texted this in the group chat the other day. This is bullshit. I hate that the AFC teams or the AFC games are all in the first game, and then the NFC ones got the night games or the prime time, but whatever. All right. The Gilberto's Houston Texas' Commanders 2.0 against the New England Patriots. Gilbert, the Patriots are favored by three.
Yeah, I kind of stole this team from Victor, but they're originally your team, Victor. Sorry, I don't want you to lose credit there. But I don't understand this line here, but it's more like people don't trust CJ Stroud. People still are not believing that this Texans defense is that good. How? I don't know. Like if the Broncos are -1.5, this line should be the same thing. Why are the Patriots -3 and the Broncos are -1.5? I get that they're home. They deserve respect. I get that they were great against the Chargers. Milton Williams came to play. Christian Gonzalez came to play. Drake May made some plays. But like I mentioned earlier, now crank up the notch, the intensity, physicality level from Chargers to Houston. Drake May could struggle a lot more than he did in his first playoff game. So no surprise here. I'm taking Houston to beat up that team. Again, Mike Vrabel's team is going to be very tough to put down because they're tough. They're physical. They'll bite your kneecaps. I know that's part of Dan Campbell's team.
Hell yeah.
And they're in New England, tough environment too as well. I do worry about CJ Stroud because if Drake May could find, 17 points, can CJ Stroud do that? I don't know. And I think Nico Collins got a concussion. I could be wrong there. I forget what he had.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So
he did practice today as well.
You know what was the craziest part either? Also, like CJ Stroud was going off the field talking trash to Steeler fans, and it's like, my guy, you had 4 turnovers.
Yeah,
like, what are you talking about?
I was like, I get it. You won 30-6, but let's not forget what happened before the 2 defensive touchdowns. But yeah, I'm going with Houston.
That's like the Eckler first down when we're losing 63-7. Like, what are we talking about?
Oh my God. What was going through his mind in that moment? We need to ask him one day.
I'd love to get that guy in studio. You know why? I'd never even ask him about him. I'd ask about the wife and the Colts. That's all I'd ask her about. This guy's an asshole.
Fernando laughing at something else, and I can't figure it out.
He is. Yeah. Anyway, so who are you taking? The Texans?
I got Houston.
Okay. Right. Next.
I'm gonna go with Houston as well. It's like CJ Stroud. You know how you have a group project and like someone does all the work, the defense here. Like CJ Stroud, he just showed up and got an A here. But I'm going with the Texans, as Gilbert said.
I just read the comments from Jorge. I think that's what it was.
Yep.
No. Eric Bieniemy would be terrible. Nobody wants him.
Yeah, I was gonna say no thanks.
Hey, the
Why don't
cheese
we
went
get-
down the toilet when he left. All right.
Why don't we get Matt Nagy while we're at it too? I can't believe that name's circulating for a head coach. Like, did we forget what he did in Chicago? Like,
Tennessee might get him.
Hey, what about?
Oh, by the way, did you see that? Did you see the Eberflus video from Brian Schottenheimer?
I still have to watch it. I
He
bookmarked
goes,
it. I haven't
guys,
seen it.
everybody, please send Eberflus a text. I've been there where I get fired and nobody texts me. Please send them a text. Like it was on the Hard Knock. I guess the last Hard Knocks just came out.
Oh,
that's
and
nice of them.
they show.
Like,
they
didn't
show
you
when
fire
they
him?
fired
Well, I
him.
guess Jerry Jones
Yeah.
did, but
Yeah.
damn.
Oh no, it was
Oh.
Jerry. We all know
Jar.
that. You know what? I was shit last week with my picks. I'll be shit again. I'll go with the Patriots.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm going to take New
Yeah.
England at
I'll
home.
just
That one's for you, Brock.
did we go opposite
Um,
in every game, Fernando? Jesus, you hate me.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
you
did.
Yeah.
No, I think we did. The 49ers one, honestly, it was just like I don't know. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, Denver's
Dan,
playing,
because they're doing House of Horns, you and I have one more pick to do. Dan, are you taking this individual or Sean McVay? Look at this individual.
On the victory.
Oh, my
Oh, my
goodness.
Don't worry about the
goodness.
nails, Dan. Don't worry about the nails.
That is like, I can't even say what I want to say. Like, that is the most
No.
That is the most unintimidating, stupidest thing I've ever seen. Like, it would have been cool
At
if
least
he was
Patrick
like,
Mahomes. At least
No.
Mahomes is like
no, he's a crybaby.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to use a certain
He
word I
doesn't paint
like.
his nails.
Yeah.
Okay, well, obviously, and that would be the bare minimum for a man. No offense to anybody, like, but again, like, just so unintimidating. Like, I don't think he's a leader. Like, you know, you see some of his interviews and his talks, and I'm like, you're not a stoic, dude. You're lame. No one buys that. So,
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
That's hilarious. Hey, you can start
all
that
right.
and get it going viral.
Who do
Jorge.
you guys got though?
Oh, who is it? Bears.
Bears, Rams.
Oh, that's right. McVay survived. Oh, I'll take McVay. They have the experience.
Fernando.
I think I saw that Matthew Stafford is 1-9 in cold weather games.
Wow.
I don't know how this game's gonna be, but I want Rams and I'm done with Caleb Williams. I need Rams and 49ers for the NFC Championship again. Yes. So wait, who would be at home? Would it be the Rams?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that means you guys can go cover it.
5 against 6.
Eric
you
would
go.
be so distraught.
Yeah.
He would not know who to root for.
All right. We just want to thank everybody so much for checking out another episode of the Four Compas Show. We were going to talk about another topic, but we got long-winded, and these guys have to do House of Horns.
Not a good coaching talk.
We'll talk about it next week. Again, appreciate everybody so much for checking out another episode of Compas on the Beat. We'll be back next week on Tuesday to talk about who is in the AFC and NFC championship. Who will be who's going to be the one that has it closer? Gilbert has Texans and Bills. No, Texans and Broncos. I have the Patriots and the Bills. Vic has Bills, Texans, and Dan has Bills,
Patriots
as well. On the other side, Dan and I have 49ers, 49ers, Rams. Dan has Rams, Seahawks, and obviously the other two you guys will know on House of Horns. But again, appreciate everybody so much. You guys are the best. Dan and I will possibly be doing a What's Up Bolts tomorrow. We'll let you guys know tomorrow. But again, appreciate you guys so much. You guys, you guys are the best. Gilbert, why don't you get us out of here?
Yeah, there's a famous. I'm gonna be like Caleb Williams. Yeah, there's a famous saying there on The Hangover where they say we're the 3 best friends that anybody could have. But you know what, Dan, you're my best friend too. We're the 4 best friends that anybody could have. And on that note, nos vamos pues. Vámonos.
That's hilarious, Sean.